Well, now that I got the big beast up and running again, I wanted to warn some people about a few things with the electronic systems on this vehicle. I am eventually going to go with the Traxxas XLX and the 2028 motor. It does fit. You just got to move the ESC and you've got to modify the motor mount plate, and you got to create a piece of aluminum or plastic for the ESC to mount to. But basically with this, I have a broken A-arm already. I had mine for 5 days and it broke. The gray is, of course, JB Weld. I tried to fix it and no, it didn't work. Basically what happened is I had gone back into a area and it flipped over onto its lid. I did the self-riding and it got back onto its wheels, and as it got back onto its wheels, it did one last full speed run up of the wheels. And when you're doing the self-riding, once you press the set button, it does it until it gets on its wheels, even if you let go. I've found that out. So basically what happened is this wheel right here went right into about 4 or 5 tree stubs that were a bush, about 2 inches, 2.5 inches in diameter each, completely snapping not only the plastic, but the shock rod. I've already got it fixed. I have all the pieces. Like, I have this. I got the shock shaft TIG welded back together, but they also sent me a new set. So I didn't have to worry about using a TIG welded one, because yes, TIG welding does make it as strong as the metal, but when you heat this kind of metal up, it makes it much harder and much more brittle. So I didn't want to take the chance of breaking anything. But other than that, a lot of people are trying to bash this vehicle, saying, oh, it only does 31 mile an hour and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Well, if you put I can't remember what fan it is, but it runs 6 to 10 CFM a minute. Put that over CFM. If you put that over the motor and put 2 hot racing fans on each side of the ESC, you can gear this thing up to do about 61 mile an hour. Honestly, I would not, with the size of this thing, people are expecting this thing to be too fast. You do not want a vehicle this big to be extremely fast, because it is going to break things. And I've seen a lot of people, I'm eventually going to do it myself, but after my warranty runs out. But people have already put the Traxxas 1/5 system in it, and using the 2028 motor along with the XLX ESC. Basically, the biggest problem with that is this truck was not designed for that much power and that kind of speed. So, just a couple little heads ups for those anybody that are looking for an X-Maxx. There's a lot of people that are trashing them, saying they're failures. No, they are not. They are absolute beasts. But it's tough. It's not invincible. Everything has its breaking point. And you can see how big this thing really is. I mean, here's, I used this in my very first video, but there's a PlayStation Vita compared to the X-Maxx. I mean, it's absolutely huge. In my other video, I did a size comparison with a Phantom, a DJI Phantom, the FC40, the very first one, the HPI RS4 Sport 3, and a Axial SCX10. All of them sit on the cab, and there's still plenty of room for the hood and the bed of the vehicle. The bed of the vehicle, you can actually put stuff in it. It's that big. I absolutely love the latch system, but I'm not here to get into that. I'm just here to warn people about the TSM system, that if you're going in a straight line, it will actually make the wheels go like this. I don't understand that. Unless you're doing jumps, I would not recommend using the TSN system. If you know how to do jumps and keep your vehicle level, don't use it. If you don't know how to keep your vehicle level, use it, because that's one thing it will do. It'll keep it level, so when it lands, it won't land on a weird tire and snap something. I mean, the worst case scenario is you're going to break inside here, and thankfully that didn't happen to me. I just broke this lower A-arm, which everything has been repaired now. But if you break that front clip, you're going to have to take everything out. And one thing that's really nice about this is you can see there's 2 bolts. Right there, there's a bolt over on the other side. And then there's 2 on the bottom. And then there's one more big one right there. You can get to the differential just by taking off the bumper. So if you need to lube up your differential, clean it out, makes it a lot easier. Same thing for the rear. I haven't got to the servo yet. Haven't had any problems. But I just wanted to warn about the self-riding and the TSM. Later.